I like this draw shave. The ones that I have at home, I've gotten at antique places. They're real small. They're real thin. I mean, they do the job well, but this has got some beef behind it.
Yeah.
So when you're pulling on this thing, you got some beef behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't. You know, I could take. Look at this. I could take off a little tiny piece if I want.
Yeah.
Or I can
really get under.
I can really get in there.
Yeah, because when you're talking about a big old piece of wood like that, that stave is. There's almost 2 bows in that stave, you know.
Right, and if you'll notice,
so
on these
wood.
pieces of wood, there are high spots. You see there's little grooves, high spots and low spots. So what we like to do is go from side to side. See, see that high spot?
Yeah.
I'm pulling off that high spot.
That's right, and then you got another ridge.
There's another edge.
Each time you take a ridge, you're just taking more wood off.
And then I come over here to this side. Take this off. And you see how quick that is? That's really quick. This is fantastic. I got to have one of these. I don't have one of these. What I have is actually in my shop on the benches. I only have the vices, and what I do with the vices, I actually take a piece of old fire hose that had rubber inside of it, and I actually wrap it around the stave so that I don't dent the wood or ruin it.
Right.
But I'm definitely gonna, when I get home, make one of these.
Yeah, with this you got the wood on the wood, so you can't hurt it. It won't dent. The wood won't dent the wood.
Now another thing too is I've only got 1 foot on this.
Yeah.
Instead of putting both feet on it, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of
pressure.
And not much pressure at all. I thought I'd really have to push on this, but I don't. I don't have to at all. See, now going sideways, getting that high spot. Now you see there's a high spot in the center. Now, see, I can really get beefy with it.
Yeah.
Or I can just take a little bit off at a time. But this is the stuff right here. Do you have a place where people can actually purchase this?
Yes, I do.
Because I got to have one of these. I got the smaller ones.
I got both. I got the 2 big ones that they make. They're made by Bar. I get them from up in South Dakota. But they've got them up there. Those are hand forged draw knives, by the way. They are hand forged, so. Isn't that nice? How easy that thing shifts? Because you know, if you want to shift it, the one thing about a vise, every time you want to shift it, you got to uncrank the vise, open it up, move the stave, and then grab it again and then shave it down. With this,
all I got to do is this.
Yeah.
Just move it forward, backwards. You know, I mean, look at that. I really like this.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to make one. So now, if you guys want to learn to make a bow, you want to learn to tiller the bow. Tillering it is having the limbs bend the way that they need so that you get maximum amount of push out of the bow. You really, if you're not a traditionalist when it comes to bow making, you really should try traditional bow hunting. But don't just take it to the next level. If you're going to try traditional, if you want to buy a long bow, that's fine. I don't consider a recurve traditional, even though that it is. I consider a long bow, especially one that you make yourself, traditional. You need to take a course. And you need to learn the little quirks about how to measure it to get it right. If it bends a little bit, or the bow or the wood twists a little bit, how to actually twist that back with a little bit of heat. You know, how to follow the grain, and what the grain is supposed to be doing on the belly versus the back, and what the back is supposed to be doing versus the belly. If you get a hinge in it or not, how to repair that hinge if you do get a hinge in it. There's so many little things that you just can't learn on your own.
No, you can't.
You just can't. Somebody has to teach you, and that's what we're here for. Right. And we're trying to keep this stuff alive. This is really simple. I mean, these draw shaves, it's simple for us, and it can be simple for you. Just remember, if you learn to make a bow, you never have to buy another bow the rest of your life, right?
Amen. Amen.
I mean, and this is our passion.
That's right.
I'm really passionate
Amen.
about this.
That's right.
I make bows out of white ash and hickory. Down here they have osage and different kinds of woods.
Hornbeam and hickory and osage down here.
Yeah. See, we have hickory up there too.
Yeah.
We have white ash, and there's some other woods like locust, black locust. But I'm telling you, if you learn to make a bow, not only are you going to feel satisfied shooting it, but I had a guy tell me one time that when you actually go in the woods with a bow that you actually harvested from the woods, and the bow feels at home.
Yeah. It does, yes.
So the bow is actually going to
makes you feel at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes you be more relaxed in the woods and more like you've really done something other than just go and buy something from Dick's Sporting Goods that somebody else made that you have no personal touch with. When you make your own bow, you know, you've got something that you put your hand to and you actually created out of the field. I mean, they got that old, you know, terminology about where the old man went in the woods and he watched this big buck deer rub his antlers on one of these trees, and you know, he watched that buck for a couple of years rub his antlers on that trees, and so he went and found one of that trees where that buck rubbed, and he cut that tree down and he built a bow from that tree, and he went and got back in, you know, that same area and found that same buck had come in there to rub on that tree, and he stuck him with an arrow out of that tree that he'd rubbed years before.
And now how proud was that?
So yeah, I mean, there's real personal touch to that. I mean,
if you have to take off little bits,
yeah,
this thing will do it.
Oh yeah, that's a great drawing.
I like this drawing. Look at it, and you can tell.
Just because it's big doesn't mean it's only for big chores. It can do very fine
look
work.
at how fine that is and how curly that is. That's when you can tell this is sharp and it's doing the right thing.
That's right.
But again, getting back to what we were talking about, and the thing is, once you come and learn how to build a bow, we want you to teach people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yes, we want you to come and learn, but the whole learning curve is getting everybody back to the traditional ways.
That's right.
And being self-reliant. You can make your own strings. There's even places that you can make your own strings at.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's beautiful. If you can do that, I'm out of sinew.
Yeah, sure. I got a sinew string up there right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, we can even teach you how to make a string out of sinew. We're really passionate about this stuff. I mean, what better way of harvesting an animal with something that you crafted with your own hands? And this piece of wood is going back to the woods to harvest for you.
Right. Amen.
I mean,
you take it back from where it came and use it as a weapon.
Absolutely.
To take things that live in the woods.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of a...
See, look at that. Oh my God. And I mean, it looks like I'm putting a lot of pressure on this, but I'm not. I'm not. So, I'm Bobby Plude at Equipped to Endure. This is Madison Parker. We're in Madison's shop. He's got enough of these for classes. If there's more than what we have here, we'll put them together. If you're not always prepared, you're never prepared.
You know what?
This is preparedness. Again, I'm Bobby Plude at Equipped to Endure. This is Madison Parker.